Yo, what's up, folks? Welcome to the second episode of our playthrough of Stardeus version 0.15, and we're about to get raided by this guy, Integer Muffin. He's about to kick our ass. I'm sure that's what he's thinking. How far is he? Okay, we can already start planning our attack. So let's select operator and draft him and put him into a strategic position here, and let's select XOR and draft him and put him a bit forward. So he would attract integer. And then operator will shoot. I think operator needs to get a little closer, right? Get a little closer and fire. And now see, 2 against 1. He's a little bit... Okay, let's just not go too close. But 2 against 1, he's suppressed because there's like 2 guys shooting and bashing him, so 2 against 1 will be easier. And there we go. Wasn't too hard. Now, he is still alive. He's incapacitated. So we're going to relocate him somewhere here. And let's draft the folks. Actually, XOR. No, operator should relocate. XOR is going to go heal. Let's see what we have to do with quests. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I see a problem. We didn't have a quest to establish production. So nobody told us to build... I'm going to write this down real quick. Establish production should go first. Because we have a deficit, we haven't really produced anything, and we have a deficit. We cannot do transistors. We had that warning about suggestion about getting more transistor, right? So it says use codecs to identify ingredients and produce more. Some materials can be acquired in the shop or purchased. We can look at this. But what we really need to do, and tutorial hasn't really unlocked yet, because we have to probably first research smelting to get to that tutorial. And we actually have to get crafting station built before. So this is something I've overlooked. This is why I should be playtesting the game myself more frequently, because all the players that I have play the game in late game, and the new players who play the early game, they just get stuck and they don't know what to do. I mean, why are you running around? Oh, there's a chase. So Frob is chasing Tuna. They're playing. They're having fun. Talking about fun, I can still remember that they are all naked and they don't like it too much. So maybe let's build... Since we're doing production stuff, let's build a loom, which is now very tiny and cute, but we will be able to do something. Oh, so it looks like Tuna was not happy about being chased. So she got fed up and said, all right, Frob, I'm going to mess you up. All right, I'm going to just let this play out. They should stop soon enough. Ooh, now this is interesting. I need a transistor. I need a transistor for the crafting station, and I need the crafting station to build the transistors. So I'm in a bit of a pickle right now. So I'm going to show you what to do if you're in a situation like that. So the first thing you can do, the easiest one, is just to find something that has a transistor and deconstruct it. Obvious choice would be an airlock. it has a transistor. Some devices as well, like this floor socket. No, floor socket doesn't have it. This disk module has 3. Yeah, so you can basically deconstruct things. I think I'm gonna go for a vent because these are not really useful at this moment. So I'm gonna take this vent out. We're gonna grab the transistor. And how many transistors do we need? We need 3 of them. Okay, so we have to deconstruct 3 vents, or maybe doors. Yeah, 2 doors. Deconstruct is X. 2 doors, 1 vent, maybe 3 doors. That will give us some transistors. And then when you do that, you have to make sure that the transistors are not going to go into other devices. So we have to basically increase the priority of this thing, right? So it will be the one that gets the transistors. Okay, let's speed this up a little. Now, increase priority. No, wait, let's do retry. It has to have all 3. No, loom required. I bet that, yeah. Damn it. Okay, I'm gonna just cancel construction of these things so it wouldn't be built. This one also needs a transistor. I'm gonna cancel that as well. Yeah, so I just want to make sure that I don't have to like deconstruct 5 different things. But that was just one thing, one way to get the required materials. The second way, which is kind of not really amazing one, but sometimes it can help out. You can go to this wallet online shop and you can create a shop order and you can buy the materials you need. Some of them, however, oh wow, transistors are not even in the list here. That's actually another bug because I kind of assumed that you can make transistors out of raw materials. So it only sells raw materials. You know what? I'm going to add review online shop stock. Transistors must be there. Yeah, so anything to build a crafting station must be there. Okay. We should be able to build this now. What? Still says not enough transistors? Okay, let me actually look at this. We have 4. Okay, 1. There we go. There we go. That's it. We're done. And now the first thing we do is build more transistors. So we go and do... Hold up, there's another bug. When we save and load and restart the game, this UI element, it should be somewhere here, but it's actually right here. This is because of UI scaling, but I still gonna write a bug. Yeah, scaling on 4K plus entity panel shows up to high. All right, we're gonna solve this. It should be somewhere here. Now, yeah, where was I? Let's just start over. So we finally have the crafting station, and now I'm gonna create an order to build transistors. And we wanna have like 50 at all times. And let's do the batch size of maybe 5. So it's gonna be building 5 at a time. That will create less busy work. Also, I need a chair in the work spot. So let's go to furniture. Steel chair will be fine. Right here, and the one for the loom. Okay, loom is not configured. Let's build some, well, let's weave some uniforms or tracksuits. Tracksuits sound nice. Let's do the black ones. Let's say we want, I don't know, 5 random color. Or actually, let's do yellow. This will be the color of the stripes. So it's going to be black tracksuits with yellow stripes. All right. There, we're finally getting some transistors. And we want to finish building what we couldn't. So, detoid loader and 2... Hold on. 2 reactors. Maybe let's do 3, whatever. And of course we need more pylons. That's the given in games like that. Need more pylons. Talking about pylons, I'm going to relocate this floor socket near the ship computer, so we're going to cover almost everything around the ship computer. And then we can get rid of these. So, nutrient extractor needs to be plugged in. Let's switch to the dispose of infected bodies. Deadline is 10 days. Now, infected bodies, we need to find bodies with alien parasites. We can just click this. And here, alien parasites. So let me just dispose this one, and this one also has alien parasites. So let's dispose that one as well. The 2 guys that were living here are going to be disposed. Also, I need a wardrobe. Oh no. Again. Jewel is a problematic colonist. 2nd fight in a row. Or was it? No, wait. It wasn't Jewel, it was Frob. Yeah. But wait. Tuna... so Tuna hated it and it was just like part of the chase, that combat. Yeah. It wasn't a separate event. Also want to dispose of the crawlers. Why would we keep them? Just turn them into meat. Right, so data harvester, detoid loader, build and connect. This one is built. We had to reconnect it to trigger this. Okay, configure crafting devices, blah blah blah, that's easy. New order, basic detoids. Steel plate and gears. We're gonna run out of gears if we go with this, so let's add an order to build gears. We want, let's say, 50, maybe batch size of 5 again. And these guys will just do this. Fight it out, let it all out. It's not lethal. These fights are kind of friendly, so although there's blood, but it doesn't mean that you should worry too much about these fights. These are just like casual, friendly fights. Okay, we don't need the winch anymore. And we have more quests. Build a radar. Establish food. Oh yeah, establish food production is kind of important because we will need it. But you know, first I want to do establish smelting, and I want to make sure that after we establish smelting, that the next quest is the we need 12 basic detoids for this. So let's ramp up the detoid production, and we need tech detoids as well. So can we already build tech detoids? We can. So basic detoids. Let's see, we need 12. Tech detoids, we need 7, but let's build 10. Batch size 3 maybe. And here 4. All right. Now let me plug things up. And we do scrap metal for power for now. What else? Oh, let's relocate this dining set so people eat at a table. Now, when you relocate, you can actually rotate it. This wasn't a feature before, but yeah, so we're going to put it here. Yeah, so we're mass relocating and rotating items in one step. This area here is unreachable because there's no door here, so we're gonna maybe relocate another airlock from here. Let's say this vent is absolutely useless. Let's deconstruct it. You know what, you deconstruct the vent, and then we're relocating this airlock over here. And the relocation, maybe XOR is the fastest to do it. Or wait. No, yeah, XOR is the fastest to do it. So let's assign the relocation. And of course we need to plug it up. There we go. So we have a doorway, and now someone grounded can also go here, but this area is still like walled off. So let's make it all accessible. Actually, it's quite important to make things fully accessible, because if you have a part of the ship which is walled off, like this one, for example, then there's an object here, and if it needs to be stored, or it's some material that you sometimes may want to access, and then the grounded folks will go crazy trying to get here. So what will we do? We're actually going to build walls around here, and we're going to deconstruct this part, or just deconstruct this little bit. But I haven't finished that, and that's a mistake, because now we're going to get leaks. Oh, wait. I've deconstructed this and I forgot to plug it with another airlock. That's so bad. How could I? And let's increase priority in this one as well. There. Smelting. We're still... You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to smelting research, and I'm going to bookmark it. So as soon as we can unlock it, it will say that it can be unlocked. Adam Stolman is now 43 years old. Happy birthday, Adam. Battery discharging, which means we are consuming too much energy. But I haven't configured or connected this thing. Yeah, as we increase production, build things like the toys and stuff. Wait, it must be indoors. It is indoors. Oh, we need to first plug this one. And it should be done sooner. We can increase priority right from the task. You know what? XOR. Relocate. There we go. Plug this. We still have space and storage left here, so it's all right. We also need some lights. People don't like darkness. There's a lights overlay, so you can look at this and see which parts of the ship are unlit. And basically, if you have oxygen, you also want to have light as well, because, and heat, yeah, because you want the area to be well lit. It's a little bit overlit right here. I think we could actually get rid of some of these lights because these are unnecessary. So I'm going to replace and just get some materials. And we can instead make this light a little bit more intense. Okay, Jewel is asking for a personal favor, and we're low on plant fiber. But we're not really using plant fiber for anything, are we? Oh no, we are. We're doing this for food? No. Oh, we're probably doing this for the, yeah, for the loom. We're using plant fiber. That's fine. So what is the Jewel asking for? Build a captain's chair. In 5 days. Let's see. Can I build a captain's chair right away? I can. I have everything for it, so it should be where the bridge will be. So where will we put the bridge? I think temporarily we could think about it being right here in the back of the ship. This could be our bridge space. Yeah, let's put it here. Stallman has a clown hat. Jester's hat. This is a rare item, you cannot build it. So it was on the ship somehow. Oh wait, crafting station disconnected? How in the world? Also, I want to just do a quick save load to see if our electricity troubles are gone. Because last time one connector was misbehaving a little bit. Yeah, I don't see the bug anymore. But yeah, that was very bad. I'm gonna have to fix this after this recording. Let's see, captain's chair. Ta-da! Jewel is overjoyed. Feeling relieved. Desired device was built. Feeling relieved means that she had a mental breakdown recently. Yeah, established production. Finally, we're getting established production only now. And this should have been like one of the first quests. Yeah, so I'll have to basically definitely fix this. Definitely fix this, so it should be one of the first quests. Right, so we have to produce 5 gears. Let's go do gears. Let's make 50. Batch of 5. Batch size is actually very useful because when you do things one by one at a time, every time when the work is over, you have to do the holding, and that just like that's a waste of resources and waste of logistics. So it's easier to bring multiple materials at once and then let the worker to just build them in one batch. It takes longer, but it's worth it. Now we have these ashes, right? So these ashes are from our colonists who were, well, deceased originally from the beginning of the ship. I don't think they have any relationships to existing colonists, so I'm just going to forget these ashes. And now these are just like resources, so we can use them. Or if you have, you know, attachments and stuff. When someone important dies, you have to build urns, and you have to put those ashes into urns so people can go grieve. Otherwise, they will be unhappy if you just treat their fallen comrades as resources. But it's perfectly fine to do that with raiders. I think if you kill a raider or dispose of a raider, you're not going to get name dash out of it by default. There's a setting that can enable that. If you're into collecting... Oh, look at this. There's a birthday party going on. I think it was a birthday party for Stallman, who just got to 43 years of age. Just like me, by the way. I'm also 43. Or in other words, old AF. All right. All right. We're going to produce 5 gears in short time. Build a radar. Actually, this is a good one. This is easy to do. We just build the radar and it's completing the quest. We need the radar to know what's going on in the star map because we have these unknowns. Oh, we have 3 signals. Wow. I haven't looked at this. Oh, that's a nice planet. Blue. With something. It's a moon, actually. This is the planet. And we have another ship here. Law enforcement. Oh, we cannot hail. Yeah, communicator is missing. But we don't have anything to say. We also have this derelict ship nearby. So yeah, we'll get to the quest to establish flight. Yeah, here we go. Make ship flight ready. So when we do that, we will be able to approach that derelict ship. But before this, I want to build that radar. And now if we look at, okay, there's another tutorial. Let's hit show. So it shows how the radar can scan for resources. But let's just, you know, mark as learned because we know how to do that. We can just click here and then select the resource which we want to scan for. I think in the beginning we might need to refill the water, so we might get ice. How much water do we have? 200. I think it's still plenty. Let's not rush. We don't need any resources right away. But also the radar will be scanning and actively discovering other things, so we can scan these first resources. They're going to be auto-scanned next time when we enter the planet, but since we just built a radar, we had to scan them. So we have a crude oil. Wow, we have crude oil right away. And phasium. We're definitely getting this crude oil. It's very valuable. We can sell it. We can use it to create plastic, which is rare. So we will need to run an expedition, but there will be a quest about it, so let's just not rush with it. Food production, I think, should go first because we're almost out of food. So food production, we need to build a cooking station and produce some meals. This is a good place for the cooking station, right in the corner. Also, I think I want to have more planters, since we can then get more fiber. So I don't see any downside of building more of those, except for one thing. There will be a little bit extra consumption of water. Also, this reactor is in an unsafe location. Let's move it here. This isn't a safe location either, because if it blows up, the ship computer is right next to it. But in the early game, I usually put reactors next to the ship computer. So it's probably safe-ish. Probably. Yeah, we don't need energy here. We just need to select what we need to grow, and this will be wheat for now. We could also have just selected like one of them, did copy configuration and did this. Now it said boop boop because we already have everything configured to the same recipe. Alright, we're going to produce a bit of survival meal. We do have raw meat. Now raw meat used to be protein, so just don't get confused. I've renamed it since protein was a little like weird. And because raw meat contains protein, but it's actually not protein, not pure protein. So we want maybe 30. Yeah, let's do for 30 with the batches of 5. All right, configure system scanner. This is a suggestion, but we can do it. I want to find ice just for future. It's going to be easy. Also, see this deep scan, so it will reveal more resources. So before we leave any system, it's a good idea to run several deep scans and see what else is here, because otherwise you could miss some materials. Okay, we need a chair. Hey, what? Oh, that's unfortunate. We cannot build the chair here. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually, as soon as he's finished cooking, or actually, I'm going to move the loom. Yeah, let's move the loom instead of moving that. And, oh, this is a cheat, because then someone will just sit backwards on this chair and be able to use the loom. And then we'll be able to sit here and eat. Perfectly normal. Now, we need to store these things. These are stored in steel wardrobe, which we can build right away. Let's build it here. So now we're going to get all the clothing items hauled into this wardrobe rather than lying around. So I like when things are a little bit tidy. All right. Oh, we have this nameless bot. Corroding. Oh man. I forgot about the corroding mechanic. This is the new mechanic. So if you allow the bot just sit and do nothing, corrosion will kick in, which will degrade the parts. Like for example, this mini cell is already toast. Eyes are missing. Body is the only thing that basically is worth saving here, because we want this bot to do cleaning for us, right? But it's corroding. So we want to, if we want to save this bot, we have to go into robotics, and we need to get the assembly hub. And actually, no, docking is enough, because if we unlock docking, we can build Mercury. And Mercury can slow down the corrosion. Yeah, we'll build the Mercury and we'll store all our dead robots in here. Where should we tuck it? It's pretty big. Maybe here. Yes, we're going to put all the dead bots into the Mercury. And we need copper wire. We need to add a recipe for it. Let's see, we want 50. Let's go. So actually I should keep an eye on resources. Let's go add some resources that we're going to keep an eye on. Plastic usually runs out. Survival meal. We can put it here, but we don't need to because we have food. Same with water. Let's put silicon wafer because this is the ingredient for transistors. Can run out of it. Gold wire. Pretty rare, but not really useful right away. Okay, water is tracked. Scrap metal is tracked. Copper plate. You know what, we'll need copper. Also, we could track phasium, but we have fusion cells here and it has the ingredients. So we don't really need to track this. All right. Oh, the Mercury is already built. Can we plug it? We can. Now let's make sure that this guy here, before it fully corrodes. Oh no, he cannot corrode because he's kind of alive. So we're lucky. But we still want to store that guy in the Mercury. And cleaning bot, poor cleaning bot, sent to Mercury so it would not corrode. Or it would not corrode as fast because Mercury does not really prevent full corrosion. And this thing is also corroding. So we need to get the part storage. Where's the part storage, by the way? Part storage is here. So we need to unlock this assembly hub. For that, we'll need more basic datoids. So since I want to... Okay, let's type 22. Yeah. Since I want to preserve these things, because like mini cell, it's a useful thing. Also we have what here? Dumb core, also corroding. Well, it doesn't see that it's corroding, but I know, because if you just speed up the simulation, wait and look, you'll see this drop. Yeah, so we want to preserve these. Although it's not supposed to corrode super fast because we're only on D15. Yeah, but smelting can wait actually. We first want to build and connect bridge controls, which we chose to say put here. And then we have one thruster already. We just add another one. Somewhere, I don't know, maybe just right next to this one. And we will be flight ready in our tiny ugly ship. So yeah, before I try to make it look pretty or expand, I want to establish the basics. I want to make sure that I'm going to be able to survive and not run out of steel plate or other materials. So I'm keeping this basically as a buffer, because if we run out of steel plate, we can deconstruct some of this, and it contains steel plate. Yeah. Oh, hold on. I made this burn steel plate. This should be burning. Ah, okay. This original, it's a little bit of a bug. Survivor area reactor should use scrap metal by default, because right now it burns steel plates, while scrap metal is more of a thing that needs to be used here. Done. Find plant fiber. I think it's because we grew some. All right, build and connect bridge controls. Done. Thruster, there's 2 of them. We need another little connector somewhere here to reach them. And we will be able to fly in a minute. All right. Start an expedition, approach the derelict ship. Let's approach the derelict ship. It's here. We can just hit approach. And there's combat, because there's some crawlers, and there's this Pixel, who is a friendly bot. And he's part of our colony now. Yeah, it's a new addition to the colony, and I'm going to draft him and move him away so he wouldn't try to beat the crawlers on his own. And we'll instead send Operator, who has a gun, to support. And look at the loot here. Have an assembler, which is amazing. We haven't even unlocked that yet. Weapons locker, awesome. An urn, a table, sleeping pod, awesome. Oxygen pump, the big one. And we have this safe box. It's a quest package. And now, approach derelict ship says open the package. Yeah, so we have to open this. It's kind of a little bit misleading because it says open package and this says save box. So maybe it should say open the save box. I'm gonna write open package is a bit misleading. So yeah, I'm gonna wait for Operator to get here and shoot the hell out of those crawlers. And Pixel, you know what? Pixel can be undrafted. He should just, you know what? No. Let's draft Pixel back and just force him to go onto the repair station. Now, let's drive Operator a little bit closer. Nice. Headshot. Headshot. One step back. No headshot. Headshot. Where are you going, little fella? Are you trying to escape? Come on. I need that headshot again. Oh, nice. Suppressed. Oh, that's way too close. Way too close, Mr. Crawler number 2. Come on. I'm gonna speed things up a bit. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's too fast. So these are trying to reach me, and they can't, so they just stick around and think, which is a little bit dumb. I'm gonna report a bug. Maybe we can improve this. Crawlers keep thinking what to do. So they should basically sit on the edge, I would say. They're dumb, they should be sitting on the edge and waiting to get killed. Ideally. Like this guy. Alright. Lure them in a little bit. Lure them in. Nice. We have one more here. Nice, that's it. No more crawlers. Oh, one of them is still alive. We can just butcher him. Alright, that's it. Operator looks like got out of this unscathed. I don't see any wounds. How do you like this new body parts view? It's amazing, right? Okay, so let's grab the loot. And also, let's open the safe box. I'm gonna relocate it to the ship first. Let's move it here. Oh, raiders. But it's an easy one. Where's he going, by the way? Is he gonna steal shit from here? No, no, he's not. Okay, so this guy has a gun. Draft, and then we have Xor nearby. Let's draft XOR. So XOR will be our buffer, and this guy will be the shooter. Standard setup. Maybe actually get the pixel as well. Oh, he was drafted. Pixel was drafted already. Looks like Alien Isaac does not feel very brave at the moment. Okay, let's just do this. And then we're going to follow that up with the artillery. There we go. Shoot him. Nice. Nice. You cannot win 3 against 1. Undraft this guy here. Let's send it to Mercury. Hold on. Pixel undraft. There we go. Okay. Weapons locker. We'll need that. Maybe next to the wardrobe. Yeah, this hint, I just showed it in the first episode, how to use it. We can indeed save this as control 9. So 1, 9. 9 because it's the top left corner. Also, everything here is forbidden, like this scrap metal. I'm gonna hit hold to storage. This sleeping pod definitely goes somewhere here. This is getting very cozy, so maybe let's think of some private quarters for the next episode. Okay, what else do we grab? Oxygen pump. I think oxygen pump could go somewhere here. We're gonna deconstruct these two. 1 pump would be enough to service this whole area. Okay, ghost statue. This is a decoration. We're gonna put it somewhere here. It's a Halloween decoration. I think I should actually do one change. I should only, yeah, I'm gonna write this down. Let me bring up my notes. Only get Halloween decorations visible during Halloween. Period. That's what I should do. This guy, okay, is gonna be stored. All these are going to be moved. We can get 2 more thrusters for ourselves. So we're going to fly faster. Anything else worth taking? Assembler. Of course, we need an assembler. I'm going to put it... maybe here. And steel table, it's kind of junk. Yeah, it's junk, we don't need it. But this was a good derelict. This was like a really good one. And then we'll deconstruct it all after we're done grabbing stuff. But of course we want to select all the crawlers and dispose of them because they will give us a little bit of stem cells, water, and other good resources. There we go. We're going to fly faster now. Oxygen pump. Let's connect that one. Deconstruct this small one. All right, we have the safe box relocated right here. So let's open this. Open this package. And it will unlock the next quest. Package contained data log. Investigate mysterious coordinates. The package recovered from the derelict ship contained a corrupted data log. We managed to extract a set of coordinates pointing to another region of space. It would be wise to travel there and investigate further. Explore Limporin at that. So if we click Limporin, we're going to see where it is. So we're in Dol Garno and we have to go here. So this is basically the main story quest. And we will want to visit this location next. So to get there, we'll actually have to find the hyper jump relay, which is luckily next to us. But I think I want to just explore the sector a little bit before leaving, because then we will miss a lot of materials and stuff, and we'll need to run the expedition, and we actually have someone waking up. There's so much things going on. Do we want a cat? No, I want someone who's able to work. I can already tell that this guy is better, but there's this downside of picking older people over younger ones. They are more skilled, but because they have more experiences, so that increases their skills. But although in this case, looks like construction 6, repairs, expedition, mining. It's not too bad. Actually, the young guy is here, not too bad. Also, this guy is astrophile, so he's gonna not enjoy spacewalks, while this one will not enjoy showers. But he's just gonna be faster when he showers. I think I'm gonna pick Xavier Sharp. Let's do that. Welcome to the colony, Xavier. Now we can also utilize our assembler. Only if I built it closer to the socket. Let's relocate it a little bit right there. Okay, so we have our next main quest. But before we do that, we need to start an expedition and establish smelting. So as soon as we pick this thing, we get a tutorial on how to start an expedition, but I know how to do that, so let's just do it. Select shuttle and hit expeditions and select the shuttle again. So this is the expeditions view. You can go, and instead of doing this, you can go into the sector view and say, I want to explore the crude oil deposit. So you do this and launch an expedition from here. It's the same thing. So I'm going to add some crew members here. This one has 0 mining, but he will learn. 0 doesn't mean that it's incapable. This one is very unhappy. But, yeah, sure. Let's send him. It's fine. It's fine. Let's launch. Then we also have those signals. We could actually approach them and we could get some quests. And also we found some soil, Phasium. No, Phasium was here already. Iron. These were the deep scan results. Those weren't here before. Right, and our ship is now looking intact. So actually we can go into the ship computer and look at this little tiny mining widget, so it shows you the progress. You don't have to like check things. Okay, Xavier joined, the battery is charging. I think this one is old. And 2 bookmarked resources. What else did I have bookmarked? Yes. Oh, assembly hub. I'm gonna go for assembly hub first. Or should I go for smelting actually? Smelting is kind of more early game thing and we'll be able to do plates. Let's do this. Let's do it in sequence. Because we have a quest to build. I hit Q while ship computer was selected. Yeah, let's build a furnace somewhere maybe closer to where the shuttle is, because usually we get resources from the shuttle and then we can put it directly in the furnace. It's easy. Now, when you put it like this, one thing that you might think is that this area here is walkable, but it's not going to be. So if you go to walking difficulty, once this gets built, it will be unwalkable, and then I don't know if they can cross the gap like that. I think they can't. So they're going to have to walk around. While this kind of visually seems walkable. Just some tidbits of how the game works. The parts I don't like too much. You know what? I'm gonna park this right here. This has a this has a bug. See, this is detached. And I think it might even be not scaled correctly. But no, it looks scaled correctly, but it's okay. I'm gonna quickly write this down. All right, it's not a huge issue though. So what are we going to do now? Someone will build the furnace, but all the builders are on the expedition right now, I guess. And anyone who could reach this is on an expedition. We're almost fully stocked on crude oil, so we're just going to return. Yeah, we're not going to continue after unload. Expedition will return. Stallman is very disappointed with this expedition, so he could have a mental breakdown. There's our shuttle getting back. Quest completed. Yeah, so Stallman is not going to be happy. Although he should be, judging from his attire, he should always be happy, but you know, clowns are usually sad. Alright folks, I think I'm done for the second episode, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. I hope you're enjoying this. Goodbye.